Hey guys, this video was edited by Will Falcon, so check out his channel. Welcome to Steven Universe Is It Kino. It's finally over. What a shame actually, I wish I could watch Steven Universe forever, but now it's done. No more. One final season, and we see what happens to him. We've seen him grow up from an annoying little kid into an angsty teenager that doesn't know what to do with himself. I probably could have done without that last one, but in between he was pretty cool. He was the hero of the world and stuff. Oh boy. We've seen him in a movie, we've seen him in a game, and now in the future. Haha. I don't know, I always randomly awkwardly laugh at the end of a sentence instead of making a point. I probably should work on that. I don't know, that time I just did an awkward silence. That's no better. Good thing I can pause time with the power of editing. Just like Steven Universe. Isn't that cool? He's got so many new powers now. He can run really fast, or does he just slow down time? I don't know. He can make a huge shield, and he can buff out into a big strong man. Oh, Steven, you're so grown up, I can hardly stand you. What is with all this masculinity? I didn't account for that. Are you still wearing sandals? That's the part of yourself that you chose to keep? God damn it. Getting rid of hamburger backpack, but you keep the sandals. I'm so disappointed in you, Steven. You used to be cool. Up there, do it again. Fuck! Quick, cut it out! Yeah, there's no more time for silly laughing and goofing around. I'm gonna be more professional. I'm gonna record multiple takes of everything, and I'm gonna make it so that it's condensed down to the most interesting part of what I could have to say. Oh boy, and now it is time to review Steven Universe. All 6 seasons. I knew that without having to look it up. I'm so professional thanks to editing. Haha. Steven Universe is one of my favorite pieces of media in existence. We have a young man who lives with 3 possibly lesbian mothers, and he has to grow up into some kind of wizard, some kind of crystallized gem who wields magic and emotions, and has to deal with all kinds of crazy villains from space. The show for the whole family. It looks like a regular shonen anime. Just like young Goku has to grow up and fight like a million weird crazy psychos from space. But not Steven. Steven doesn't fight just for the sake of fighting. Steven doesn't have an endless gallery of villains. One of the days, there's one final villain, and then all that's left to do is just grow old and be happily ever after. And then we have a whole season of him exploring what it's like to just live in a world where there was a crazy near apocalypse that was averted. And now there's aliens living amongst us peacefully. And how does it all work out? Well, seems like it works out fine, as long as you keep your powers under control and don't grow any disgusting cactus abominations that talk to your friends and tell them your darkest secrets so that they will hate you. I mean, as long as you avoid that, you'll be fine. That was my least favorite episode, the prickly episode with the cactus. Oh my god. He's such a disgusting life form. Born out of all of Steven's insecurities and given life, and we can't take life because we're Steven Universe and we don't kill anything, even if it's a disgusting cactus abomination that deserves to die. I don't want to go into too many spoilers here, so I'm going to keep this video at a moderate length. Well, one of the big things I want to get into is Steven's father. In one of the episodes, it is explained that Steven's father is actually just a regular kid who had a normal upbringing. But then he ran away from home all of a sudden and never came back. And even when he had a child, Steven, he didn't go back. And Steven never had a formal education or, well, met the rest of his family on the human side. Instead, he was forced to fight from a very young age, going on adventures where he would possibly die. Very irresponsible parenting. What were you thinking, Craig? Greg? I never know. Oh, God. It was Greg. And he's very, very naughty, huh? Just raising his kid in a van instead of bringing it to a school where they'd be safe. Or maybe he was just the best kind of person. Maybe he kept everyone around him safe by never settling down and living in a van. But then again, he settled down in Beach City anyways, where he had a car wash. I mean, I guess everyone's gonna work something, and why didn't he go to school? Does no one go to school in Beach City? Do we know these things? I don't remember if we know these things. I'm not even gonna look them up. This is it. This is just all... So many questions are thrown open by this. Why did he never put him into school? Why did he never take him to a doctor? What does anything mean? Well, I guess it all doesn't matter. Greg Universe, he's a hobo, whatever, but the gems, they're basically stupid children do. So it would be perfect that they would just come to Earth and make friends with the hobo, and then have a child with the hobo, and now he has to get a job as a car wash guy, and he's out of his depth. He doesn't know how to raise a kid. They don't know how to raise a kid, and in the end the kid turns out smarter than them. He raises them. He tells them how to be responsible. He tells them how to face their enemies and how to have compassion for them and not just kill them, how to be responsible in every way. And then we have the final season where he has achieved all his goals and he's still unsure of what to do with himself, because of course now there's no more threats to face. And that's a fairly interesting concept. What do you do after you've saved the world? Well, Steven doesn't know the answer. He tries to find more ways that he could save the world, but he just makes things worse, trying to be overprotective, trying to fix things that aren't broken. Well, I don't want to tell you how he resolves this issue, but I can assure you it's all very heartwarming and worth watching, especially if you've not seen anything. Just watch the whole series. And watch the movie. Well, first watch 5 seasons of the series, then watch the movie, and then watch the last season. And play the game whenever, that's fun too. Steven for everyone. Steven is definitely Kino. Is it Steven? Yes, okay. We did it. Goodbye everyone, and subscribe for more. Yeah, I sure hope I cut down on my awkward laughs that time. Or am I just my own laugh track? I guess I never know. Editing note, show a count of how many times I awkwardly laughed.